Did you know that in 2014's Escape Dead Island, you can find a literal computer mouse? Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you things that you may not have known about your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of Ryan Reynolds. Consider leaving a like if you learned something new, and without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin with one of the most addictive games ever made. I've spoken before about how much I love Powerwash Simulator. There's just something about cleaning really dirty things that I find so satisfying. That's probably why this detail from Powerwash Simulator isn't going to blow your socks off, but I needed to find something to include in a video to justify the insane amount of time I've spent with the game. So one of the jobs that you're called out to is a carousel. It's a relatively small scale job with one condition. The person giving you the job wants you to arrive in an unmarked van so the competition doesn't get the same idea. Well, what's cool is, if you take a look at your van, you'll notice this. So you can see that your logo has in fact been covered up with some cardboard. Like I said, it's not going to go down as the greatest video game detail you've ever seen, but what can I say? I needed to justify my latest addiction. Next up is more Halo ODST. We covered the Halo 3 spin-off in episode 90 of this series, where we discovered that the voice lines heard in the drop pods would change depending on the difficulty that you were playing on.
We are dropping into hell, troopers! Time to go up here!
Well, it turns out that wasn't the only difference that can be noticed in the drop pods. Here is the inside of your drop pod when playing on easy, normal, or heroic. And here is your drop pod when playing on legendary. So before you all go and get excited about this piece of eye candy, this is actually a picture of Chris Butcher, a male employee at Bungie. This picture was edited in a way to make Chris look as feminine as possible, and I'll let you guys decide if they were successful. Something else that I noticed when playing ODST are your squad's blood types. You see, every squad mate has their blood type written on their shoulder. This is used in real life too as a way of knowing the blood type of a soldier if they are wounded in battle. It's a really nice touch. Up next is the excellent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. A side-scrolling beat-em-up, Shredder's Revenge is inspired by the 80s animated Turtles cartoons, and that's maybe why I love it so much. Those cartoons were my childhood. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of beat-em-ups, but I found this game so charming that I couldn't stop playing. That charm can even be seen in the game's first level. Each character in Shredder's Revenge is equipped with a taunt. Now, taunting isn't just a way to rub salt into the wound of a fallen enemy. They can also be used to fill your character's super attack meter. Well, if you taunt when playing as Donatello, he will do this.
Just a minute! Go! Just a minute! Just a minute!
So Donatello's taunt sees him enjoying some downtime on his Game Boy. Oh, and Donnie isn't the only one to enjoy the classic handheld. During the first level, you can find two members of the Foot Clan also playing their Game Boys. Now, if I'm being honest, this next quote-unquote detail is probably more of an Easter egg, but I thought I'd include it here as, well, why not? When playing as Michelangelo, if you die, there is a chance that he will say this.
Ugh! Total bummer, dudes. All right, I love being a turtle.
So this is a reference to the same line of dialogue said by Mikey in the 1993 movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
God, I love being a turtle!
Like I said, I love this game, so if you know of anything else worth covering in Shredder's Revenge, then please let me know. Now, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is somewhat of a regular in this series. First appearing all the way back in episode 36, it's home to some really cool details, including blind ninja Kenshi using the power of hearing to find a ball in a cup. Well, another minigame in Deadly Alliance is the Test of Might. This game requires you to break objects with your bare hands, which usually isn't a problem for the martial arts experts that make up the MK roster. I mean, even if you fail, the worst that happens is a sore hand. Okay, that's not entirely true. If you fail to break anything stronger than brick, this will happen.
Your might.
So I think we can all agree that this is a little bit more than a sore hand. The next detail from Deadly Alliance can be found in the crypt. The crypt is basically a giant loot box room, but before loot boxes were a thing. That means all of the coffins in the crypt can only be opened with in-game currency, a novel idea that we rarely see anymore. Anyway, the coffins in the crypt are listed as AA, AB, AC, and so on. That means that there's a lot of coffins to open, including one marked as FU. And if you try to open this coffin, you'll be rewarded with this. That's right, a big fat nothing. That's because this coffin is one big FU to the players choosing to open it. The final detail from Deadly Alliance is an idle animation. During the game's conquest mode, if you wait long enough, this will happen. So it seems that even a monk with near limitless patience has a breaking point, as it's not long before he turns to face the screen and ask, can we get a move on? So to end today's video, let's take a look at Telltales The Walking Dead. When Season 1 of the game released, I was immediately hooked, and like many, was left heartbroken by the series finale. It's a game all about loss, impactful decisions, and a boy named Duck. Well, not really, but go with it. Duck is the son of Kenny and Katja, and spoiler alert, he dies during Season 1. Still, whilst Duck is in the land of the living, he definitely makes his presence known.
Cool!
Now, Duck's descent into Zombieland is a relatively slow one, and one that his parents, particularly his dad Kenny, seem keen to ignore. As the crew travel on a train, it falls on Lee to speak to Kenny and try to make him confront the reality of the situation. The thing is, if you enter the cabin but don't speak a word to Kenny, this will happen.
Duck's just about gone back there, man.
Don't feed me that bullshit. He'll be fine. Go back there and tell my wife everything will be fine. What is the goddamn deal? He's a little sick, but we can't just quit. It's a scratch. He's not like the others. Jesus, all y'all are just making it worse.
Hey! Damn it, can he open this door?
So Duck will turn and kill everyone on board the train. This is an outcome that only 0.5% of people have ever seen. Well, according to the game anyway. Duck killing everyone on the train is referred to as the Duckpocalypse by fans of the games, and personally, I love that name. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and hidden details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.